You come into Main Street on Westfield, you head north on Portage toward the lake, and cross the 2 railroad bridges, and bang, it's right there. Hang a right.
Right at the foot of the hill.
You can't miss it. Just
That's
hang a
right.
right.
And one more time, that telephone number, 753-6641.
Thank you very much, Nancy Rose, fellow firefighter, and we hope this is a tremendous success. We'll mention it again later on.
Thank you very much.
In another program. Thank you. All right, at this point I have to, I'm going to just take a little break. We're going to have the geezer on in a moment. I do want to mention the fact there's a lot of news. Of course, the geezer is going to talk a little bit about the Nobel Prize. That was a surprise to everybody, including the President, Obama. And somebody on one of the wits on television had said, you know, I wonder what he said when he was called. You won the Nobel Prize. The other person said, I don't think we can say over family television. Holy stuff, you know. Okay, and so you'll be talking about that, and I'll be talking a little bit about the buildup in Afghanistan, which I think is just insanity now. No one has ever whipped the Afghanistanis, including the giant of all giants, Russia, which tried for umpteen years, and they finally slinked away with their tail between their legs. The 4th country in recent times to have attacked Afghanistan, to civilize it, to change it. And we're in there doing the same thing all over again. You know, we just don't learn from history. And now they're telling us we do have almost 70,000 there, but we need another 40. You know next month what it'll be, don't you? Well, you need another 50. You can send the entire United States over there. I wish they would learn from history. Okay, at any rate, we have that going on. And of course, on the state level, there's not too much news right now, mainly because the Senate and the Assembly aren't doing too much. They're in a sort of a deadlock. There's sort of a nimbleness going on over there, whereby nobody's really quite connected. So they're not paralyzed, but almost. We'll put it that way. Chautauqua County, we'll let Greg tell us a little bit about how things are going here in Chautauqua County, and we'll have a lot of other news and information for you in just a moment. In the meantime, I have a public service announcement for you, and this is just for you. You. And you.
Educational institutions and local community members all use cable access TV to communicate their message. They depend upon it as an affordable means of outreach. Public educational and government access television empowers local government agencies, individuals, and groups to use the media to speak directly to their constituents in a more direct and cost-effective way. Make sure everyone has a voice. Support your local PEG channels.
Yeah, I did. I was just telling our guest, Greg, that the program is now on YouTube. It goes on, you can watch it every, after Monday. It's uploaded on Monday. And it's on several other sites. If you go to our Channel 5 site, you will find several other sites. AOL's carrying it, and Time Warner carries things with it, and it goes on and on and on. Everybody in the world's watching it now. And it's worth the trouble, I'll tell you. Look it up, YouTube. You can watch every program. It's archived, too. You can watch the past programs. Thanks to a person who's an absolute genius at computer work. That's our own dear Chris Burke, and he does the job. Chris Burke has been with us for many years now, and he's in college, and he is just a fabulous computer operator and an engineer. He's engineered this program for years, and he knows exactly what he's doing. He's a product of this wonderful school here, Mayville Central School. Or no, it's no longer Mayville Central. It's now the Chautauqua Lake Central School, right?
That's correct.
Yeah, there we go. Okay.
Getting better all the time.
Getting better all the time. Here he is, the geezer. Mort Flexer shoots from the hip. Good morning, Mort Flexer.
Good morning, Reed. Good morning, Greg. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I was rather taken back by the assault of my party upon the president when he received his Nobel Prize. Why, of course, well, let me straighten out my mind for a moment. He was good enough to accept it for the government and not for himself, because he clearly has not earned a Nobel Prize. But what bothered me was the assault upon him for having taken it. I mean, how do you turn down a Nobel Prize? I'm sorry, but my party just went overboard and called them all kinds of names for accepting a Nobel Prize, which clearly also had been given primarily to the people of the United States rather than to the president. I think they simply ran desperate for some reason or some way to give this prize to this country because of our president's popularity in Europe. But I wish politics in general would start making some sense. We're off on both sides. Reeds, thank you.
Thank you, Mark. Yeah, Rush Limbaugh got into the act, I guess. It's you're right, Mort, I believe, too, because I think they're really giving this to the people of America, hoping that our moves toward peace will end up going somewhere. Of course, this is right at the brink of sending another huge, massive buildup of troops into Afghanistan to kill the Arabs over there. It's gone madness. But in the meantime, that's the way it is, and that's the story. I'm going to take a quick break. We have a period of time for just meditation and quiet for you, and do this every day. Take a few minutes out every day and just concentrate on something that's lovely and beautiful and makes you feel good. Because remember, you're number one in the whole wide universe. Take a moment off every single day. This is for you. There you go. Aren't those orange dandelions beautiful? I couldn't figure out what they were, but
I couldn't either.
they might be asters or whatever they are. I want to thank Chuck Kelsey, a master photographer, for that photograph, though. It's just gorgeous, and it belongs in a textbook. We have with us a long-standing member of our gang over here. He comes over every few weeks, and he tells us what's going on in Chautauqua County. And he has to give up his Saturday morning to do it because we're take the chunk right out of the middle of Saturday morning. And I appreciate it very much. It's some people who are in the forefront of our political activity are a little shy about going before the telephone, because this is a live call-in show, and anybody can call in and say anything and ask anything. In the meantime, I do thank you, Greg, for coming along, and the show is yours. Greg Edwards, you're on. I'll see you later.
Well, that makes me a little bit nervous. I like the fact that you're here, and thank you for that those kind remarks. It's really something I look forward to, and the great news is on today is that my children, and I have 3 of them, none of them have a soccer game this morning.
Oh my goodness, so you're free.
It was a much better Saturday to take off, and it's very valuable for me to get this chance to speak directly with the people of the county. Yeah, and I look forward to the opportunity. And I have to tell you, I appreciate that little bit of moment of reflection. Mm-hmm. And I was listening to the radio the other day, and we are just about at our peak for our fall leaves. Yeah. And I think that if people around Chautauqua County could just take a few moments and take a drive through the country and see some of those beautiful trees and the colors that our good Lord has given us to look at for at least until the wind and rain
you feel
knock them off.
You feel the same as I do. Coming from, we hailed from, both of us, from originally from a beautiful little tiny place called Panama, which is my great-great-great-great-grandfather helped settle. And Greg was born in my great-grandfather's house, right?
I was, right down in the heart of the village. And it's,
right by the school.
It gives you an appreciation when you grow up in a small village of the interconnection of people, but also our connection to our earth. And I think if people could just pause for a minute over the next week or so and just check out those fall colors,
well, that's the whole point, is the beauty of the area. That that's I think the one thing Chautauqua County has that it sells. That is exceptional beauty. The fields, the woods, the wonderful little lakes, and the giant Lake Erie, of course, and the The super trees, the woods, those trees are incredible. They look like there's a forest fire running when